Hello and welcome to another video about Travian Kingdoms. Today I'm not alone. This guy here is Dario. He is game designer for Travian Kingdoms. Welcome, Dario.
Thanks.
And he is something that we like to call in Germany Old Rabbit, which means he is a true expert. He has been here a long time and he has been here from day one in the development of Travian Kingdoms. Tell us a little bit about you.
Yeah, I'm game designer in Travian Games from 2009 on. Before I was player, I started the very first round as a player. For Travian 5, how it was called originally, I was there from the very beginning. And we started with thinking about what really are the problems in the game, what can we really improve, and then we came up with the kingdom system. And first we thought, we would add that, we would improve the communication and do some other stuff, keep the game as it is in general. But during the first test rounds we found out that the kingdom system really has a very big impact on the whole game, and therefore we had to change many things in the game. And that led to a change that I think a year ago, the product management said, okay, we don't call this Travian 5 anymore, but Travian Kingdoms, because it's about kingdoms.
And basically, the players had a very important word in that to say also, because I remember the alpha and closed beta, there was a lot of feedback and you guys read it and discussed with the players, and then you made your decisions to change and tweak certain things.
This was very important for us. We made many test rounds, 3 test rounds internal, and then with the community managers around the world, and an alpha beta test and closed and open beta. And through all tests we steadily improved things that didn't really work as intended in first place. And I think now we are already at a good state. And of course we are going on improving the game, and want to have a great game at the end. I think we are on a good way.
Mm-hmm. The main reason we're here today is not to say that Travian Kingdoms is a great game, which it is, but we want to talk about a topic that certain players have probably never played themselves yet, or there are a lot of rumors floating around. We want to talk about the end game of Travian Kingdoms. What really happens in the end of the game? So, Dario, can you give us some kind of overview what happens when the game comes to crunch time, so the final weeks, the final days?
Yeah, of course. During the round, the kingdoms already try to accumulate as many treasures in the treasuries as possible, because they create victory points for the kingdoms.
Those treasures are collected by they are in the active treasury of the kings and dukes, right?
Right. Okay. Yes. And if they are in the treasuries, they produce victory points for the alliance. Mm-hmm. And the alliance compete for getting those treasures during the round, and there's a ranking, and you can see, okay, my alliance has more victory points than the other, or probably the other way around, and we have to steal some treasures.
But those victory points.
Yeah.
Again, there are a lot of rumors. Maybe somebody has understood something wrong. Please tell us exactly what are those victory points, how do we gain them, and what do they mean?
Yeah, the victory points, you can imagine that like a tabletop game where you have some counter how far to the win of the game you are. And that's simply something that shows which alliance probably would win if they go on this way.
That sounds simple so far.
Yeah, it's simply one treasure and one treasury produces one victory point per day, and they add up till the very end of a server, and the alliance with the most victory points wins at the end. But of course, it's possible to steal treasures and get the production to your alliance. When you attack an alliance that has more victory points than your alliance, you even can steal victory points. You get, for every treasure you steal, you get 10 victory points, and if you steal treasures from the number 1 alliance, you even get 50 victory points per treasure you stole. And there's another thing, which always was there in the Travian history, the Wonders of the World, and they appear after 111 days, and those Wonders of the World are occupied by the mysterious Natars, and the players can conquer the Wonders of the World, and then the real intense endgame begins.
I was just going to interrupt you and saying, okay, when those Wonders of the World appear, all hell breaks loose on a server, right? Because
that's right.
That's when the alliances fight for those Wonders of the World. They try to build them. Can you tell us anything about building those Wonders of the World?
Yeah, that's a very expensive thing because you have to level up 100 building levels, and you need huge amounts of resources, and normally your whole alliance provide resources for it. And the even more challenging thing is that, of course, you have to defend those Wonders of the World, because when somebody attacks with catapults, the level would decrease again. So the players have to put many troops in the Wonders of the World, and those troops want to be fed. So you have a minus crop production of 1 million or something, or several millions in such a Wonder of the World. And the alliance really has to supply the thing with crop, or the troops will starve.
That sounds like a challenge for really experienced players who can coordinate the crop, for example, or the troops. How do alliances handle that? Is there the typical way how to deal with that? Like there's one guy who is, I don't know, let's call him Minister of Crop or whatever, Secretary of Troop Movement or whatever. Is there something like that?
That really relies on the alliance and how it is structured. I think in many alliances there are several people that kind of share this responsibility, but there are also alliances where, 1 or 2 people really do this and push this forward. That's great if players have such a passion to really spend a lot of time doing such a enormous thing.
So all this starts, I think it's the 111th day when the Wonders of the World appear.
Right.
And then the war starts about those Wonders of the World. When does the server end?
The server ends when one alliance really accomplished a Wonder of the World building up to level 100. And in this moment, everything is over. But of course, the other alliances see, this Wonder of the World is level 95, 96, 97, and we have to attack it. Otherwise, we won't win.
If I am in an alliance that has built the World Wonder up to level 100, does it automatically mean, yay, we won, or are there other ways to win?
Not anymore. In Travian Legends, it's exactly that way. The alliance who does this wins, but we have those victory points we spoke about earlier. And those victory points, really are the base of your victory. That means the Wonder of the World does not mean you win, but you get a huge bonus on your victory points in the end. And you can even have several Wonders of the World. In the very end, the Wonders of the World get ranked by their level, and the alliance, which builds at level 100, of course, is plays 1 and gets the biggest bonus, and the other wonders of the world also provide a bonus. And only if you calculate this, or that gets calculated by the game for you, of course, then you know who really won.
But that's pretty cool. That means the alliance that has been the most active, so to speak, alliance during the whole game, not only in the end game, but during the whole game and collecting treasures and all that, that alliance wins.
Yes, we did that change in order that the players don't build up their hammers too much. In Travian Legends, it's pretty much the way. There are players that know from day one, okay, they want to attack the wonder of the world in the very end, and they from day on they build troops and troops and troops and never fight with those troops because the building time.
Try to save them for the end game. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And in Travian Kingdoms, that's not such a good tactic because or strategy, because you would lose much potential for additional treasures, and wouldn't have so many victory points in the very end you bring into the end game.
Okay, pretty cool. Thanks a lot, Dario, for
You're
taking
welcome.
time. You know, game designers always busy, always something on their mind to develop even more for the game. So thanks for taking your time to come here. For you, it's important now, if you have any more questions about the endgame, about Travian Kingdoms in general, post them under this video in the YouTube comments section, and we will try to collect everything and hand it over maybe to the game designers for another video, or I don't know, answer them in the comment section. I don't know. So feel free to ask. We give our best to answer all your questions. Thanks again, Dario.
Yeah,
Thanks
thank
to you. See you next time.
See you.